we have been prepped by our illustrious producer today, Miss Rebecca, and said, have fun. So you will see 3 people today having the time of our lives. And I know what you're thinking. It's Juju and Trysta hosting. How will we see 3 people? Today we are joined by my brother in the Lord, Jeremy Tache. Say what's happening to the people.
What's happening? Hey, it's amazing to be here with you guys. I could not be happier and have already made myself look like a dork. So we're batting 1,000 already.
He's of course on a basketball show. Just comes in with the baseball baseball thing on. So we're batting 1,000. Jeremy, this baseball season's f***ing over. Okay.
Yeah, you're right. I got to get out of that mindset. I've spent my whole summer all in baseball mode. We got through the fall. World Series is done. I got to put, the new hat back on. I'm talking baseball again.
It's all good. But speaking of baseball right quick, the LA Dodgers are again our world champions. And I think the Dodgers had one of the coldest promo videos ready to go after they won. Kendrick Lamar squabble up, coupled with Blake Snell looking directly at us like, oh.
It's now my pleasure to give the Commissioner's Trophy to Mark Walter and the 2025 World Series champion Los Angeles Dodgers.
Didn't I tell you? What you think about that, Jeremy? Let's give you a good 2 minutes. You know what I mean? How did you feel about the World Series as well as that promo?
Well, the promo was amazing in particular because you've got an LA team going against a Toronto team. So there's like so many layers to using Kendrick there. But it was amazing. Like it was a perfect World Series for me in that you had. And I was telling you guys this a little bit before we actually started recording, but like you had all of these individual moments, some for superstars, guys were getting paid hundreds of millions of dollars, and others for players who you never would have imagined could have contributed the way that they would, like Miguel Rojas coming out of nowhere and being the hero, or even with Toronto, Andres Jimenez, who, God, I've known Andres since he's 17 years old, and for him to emerge, I oddly enough, I taught Andres English. It's a weird, long story we'll get into another time. Look at me, but it's really crazy to see how many, and that's the thing that like, in many ways only baseball provides. Like in the NBA or in basketball in general, you will find the role player who gets hot and has a game, and it's a moment. And in baseball, you end up with some of those individual moments. What feels like every game, and in that final game, you end up with these superstars stepping up. It was as perfect of an ending as we could have hoped for, and hopefully that's like a perfect lead into basketball season where you're going to have all sorts of fun that's similar to it, with teams that are coming out of nowhere, but ultimately, 2 dominant teams this season that make their way to the end. It was so much fun. And now I'm so happy that I get to kind of bring that positive energy from that season into basketball season.
And Juju, I think the thing too is you add the squabble up to the back-to-back.
The
Chef's
back-to-back.
kiss with the back-to-back. He's just dead. He's dead. I don't know if he'll ever survive. It's over. I don't think anyone will ever want to hear Drake speak about anything ever again.
Well, I know who I want to see again, but after this, Toronto, salute to your team. Had a great year. But Alejandro Kirk, you, sir, you get a salute from me, my brother.
That guy rocks.
Right. But moving on to the reason for the season, we here to talk hoops. Right now, Morant is making a lot of noise, per usual. Luckily, it ain't the noise we used to hearing from my boy. But Miss Rebecca loaded up after the game the other night. He had this to say.
That's a gun joke.
Anytime, Miss Rebecca.
Give Mama a second. Just give Mama a second.
He was right there.
You had it.
Wow, it happened that fast. It was already on the first video.
I wanted to make sure the audio was up, for God's sakes. Here we go.
What went wrong to you today?
Go ask the coaching staff.
Do you feel like I mean, it was anything you could do differently, I guess.
You ask them. They had a whole spiel in here, so.
From the outside, it did.
Great use of spiel.
But from the outside, it didn't look like you had your usual energy tonight.
Go ask the coaching staff why.
Okay. You feel like you should play more?
Go ask the coaching staff. Should I play more or not?
What could have been done?
Else?
What could have been done different to get a different outcome, other than asking the coaching staff?
According to them, probably don't play me. Honestly, that's what basically the message was after. So it's cool.
The coaching staff message was
It's
it?
cool, bro. We good?
You didn't have anything physically wrong in terms of illness or anything?
Oh, no,
you
I'm
were
good.
under the
I'm
weather.
fine.
Okay.
I'm fine.
All right.
Man.
Trysta, take it away.
Oh, man. I haven't heard anything quite that effusive. And I just can't even recall as I'm racking my brain for a star player. There's a lot of star players who say, go ask them. Like, it's not something I can speak on. Go talk to the coaching staff about X, Y, or Z. But when he said that the coaching staff had a whole spiel and that essentially the take-home message is to not play the guy that's the guy, and he's the one delivering that, and is also put it on wax that I'm totally healthy. It's a wrap. Oh, my God.
All right. Jeremy, what you think, bro?
I just thought, I mean, God, like to bring that energy to a post-game presser is like, you don't see that very often. It was big time, I'm just here so I don't get fined energy.
Yeah.
And really, like, there were two more moments outside of spiel that really stood out to me. The one, which is like really amazing to use spiel in context that way. Like, pretty impressive to find a way in the midst of like one of the most
Is that
awkward
a Yiddish word, Jeremy?
minute. I think it is. I think it is. I'm pretty sure it is. I don't want to get my own Jew card taken away if it's actually not, but I'm pretty sure it is.
You like Juju? You like how I asked him?
Yeah, right. I thank you for outsourcing to the Jew,
6'7".
not Juju. Yeah, 6'7". But yeah, you've got like that moment, right? So you've got spiel in there, but then you've also got when the reporter. A really good question where the follow-up is, what could have been done differently outside of asking the coaching staff?
Right.
Like, it was awesome that he was like, I got to pin you down so that you don't just say the same thing over again. And then after he answers that, you can hear the PR guy in the background go, we good? And then one more question gets asked. And that was like another great moment. Those moments where it's awkward in a post-game, like particularly in the locker room, it's like, it's one thing when it's up on the podium. When it's in the locker room like that, you can hear a pin drop, and there's other players back there who can all hear. It's not a huge locker room. I've gone through this experience before with one Jimmy Butler, and it can be a very, very, very awkward environment for everybody, because now you almost feel like at times you could feel like the animosity that exists within the building could be taken out on the media. Yeah. And it's just it's an awkward dynamic, and you really, like you said, Trysta, you do not see that specific type of animosity brought to the forefront for that long in a singular presser.
Especially considering the way that it goes down, Ju, before you get your take off, because I know you have an excellent one, is that the logistics of getting that done, we have to talk about really quick. So you get access to the locker room between the time that between the time they tell you can go in and the first player, and I don't know if this is different for Miami or Memphis or wherever, but in Portland, from the time they tell you can go in until the first player goes into the press room. Yeah. If he goes to the press room in 30 seconds, then you don't get to go back to the locker room. And so you're basically there up until that player usually gets showered and changed, and then goes out there to give their first statement.
Okay.
But Ja clearly has already showered. He's got his shirt off. He's putting the tee on. He's putting the sweatshirt on. So you really found a unicorn moment where Ja's ready to get up out of there, but the first player to go in, which you would think would be Ja to the presser, hasn't got there yet. So like that window can get like very slim. So it's just a tremendous bite, really.
Right. What do you think? I got Ja Morant going to the shower, hitting one of these right here. I'm out of here.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure. I'm getting out of here as quick as humanly possible.
Right. Or this is my boy still musty from the game.
He
And like, you
could've
know what?
just
I'm
taken
getting
off.
out of here. Right. I didn't play as much as I wanted to, clearly. So
I'm not sweaty. I didn't need to take a shower.
Right. Yeah.
That's the statement on its own.
Right. Like you said, bro, when a brother like Ja uses spiel in a sentence, you already know something going on.
They had a whole spiel. They must hate y'all, and he must hate them. And that Tomas Ayasolo, it's not working, bro. He's gone. John Morant is gone. The deadline is not even the deadline's not even in the picture anymore. We're talking about like this week. We're talking next week. I don't think you can do that. Get suspended. Got suspended. We didn't even talk about that. It's insane.
Right. Speaking of the trade destinations for Ja Morant, like you say, you think they're gonna get him up out of here ASAP. Where do you think the options are for Ja Morant? A player of Ja Morant's caliber, status, coolness, swagger, with his past and his history, where do you think he can go? I got a couple spots that may be okay, and one of these may be very offensive to my brother Jeremy Tache. The first one, Minnesota Timberwolves. I feel like they know how to deal with somebody like that because they deal with somebody like that, and my brother Ant-Man.
So double down.
Right. Is that too much? What y'all think about that one? Is that too much or too little?
Oh, man. That's a great one, honestly. I don't know what that trade is to get it done. I think that's a big key piece. Are you getting rid of, like, Conley for salary and then, like, trying to get one of these other players? Are you moving Julius Randle? And, like, I don't know how that works with the Grizzlies.
What do you think, bro?
I'll talk from the Heat perspective, right? Because I know one of the places that everybody floats out there is the Miami Heat.
Right,
and
Miami Heat.
I find it to be a fascinating combination of factors that go toward the Heat, right? Because there's two different ways you can look at this.
Okay.
One, you can look at sort of the obvious thing, which is, all right, Heat culture. You have this established culture. You've got a guy in Bam Adebayo at the helm as a leader who could not be a better example for a young player on just how to be on and off the court. Obviously, Eric Spoelstra, everything that Riley has handed down, that's all in place. It seems like a perfect place for Ja Morant. And with the value being somewhat diminished, that's something that can benefit the Heat, who have constantly come up just short in terms of the assets available to make a move. The obvious piece sitting right there, if you want to make a swap 1-for-1, you've got Tyler Hero, who the Heat have yet to sign to an extension. The flip side would be that you also, if you want to play with Hero and Morant and Powell, you have other financial things that can make it work, whether it's a combination of Wiggins and Jovic or things like that, right? But the thing that's interesting is that what Ja Morant has been most frustrated with is the offense that the Grizzlies run.
The lack of ball screens.
And what have the Miami Heat just instituted but the exact same offense that the Grizzlies brought in last year?
Yeah.
So either it's you bring in this guy and he's equally furious, or in what you have as a structure, with Eric Spoelstra at the helm, with Bam Adebayo as a leader, you say, hey, man, you already know the way this offense works. You got to run it. It's our way or the highway. And now you have someone who doesn't even have to learn this new thing on the fly. He already knows it.
Jeremy, do you think Ja would assimilate into that culture?
I don't know Ja well enough. All I know is that the Heat have taken guy after guy after guy after guy with reputation issues, going all the way back to Tim Hardaway, going to Alonzo Mourning, going to obviously like Jimmy Butler, and gotten them to buy in and gotten the best years of their careers out of them.
The Heat have a built-in reputation. That's the thing about them. Like, all right, cool. As soon as you understand that you have been traded to the Heat, you understand your mindset has changed because they are known for culture first and championships right after that. And Eric Spoelstra being such a great coach, he has been promoted to the USA coach. So they're like, okay, we believe in that system that they got going on down there. So I feel like Miami is one of those places where dang, yes, it's awesome, it's fun, but they weighing, testing for your body fat.
Exactly. To have a guy like Bam at the helm, not just a player like Bam, someone who, by the way, is one of the least selfish players on the court that exists. Like, hey, Ja, you want to go get yours? Go get yours, man. That's the deal with Tyler. Hey, Tyler, you want to get yours? Get yours. Like, when it was with Jimmy, go get yours. Like, I'm cool doing all the dirty work. I just want to win. I can't think of a better human being and basketball player to complement what it is that John needs. But again, is it worth committing $45 million each of the next couple of years down the line toward a player that you don't even know if he's going to buy in? That's the concern. And they just came off of a year where the entire thing was tanked by a guy who didn't want to buy in. I think it's potentially worth it.
That's facts, but the reason that it wasn't worth it was why? Because they didn't want to pay Jimmy.
That's right. That's right.
And Ja is already getting paid. He's already on the payroll. He's getting exactly what he wants to get paid. And you're not sure if you want to invest, and I know how much Pat Riley loves Tyler Hero. He feels like Tyler Hero is a little mini Pat Riley, but they're not sure if they want to pay Tyler Hero. So if you're not sure if you want to invest the money, and he's basically on like a 2-year prove-it deal, then make the move now, see what you can get, and on top of that, the profitability of trading for Ja is crazy. Because listen, we've been to this arena, Kaseya, and seen the seats empty even in the finals. I promise you,
relax.
Ja does, you know what it is.
We're finna put you on another minute timeout. It might be empty the first quarter. But the third quarter?
Third quarter goes up. Listen,
up.
they're just parlaying. They're dealing with traffic and all that stuff. But
That's right.
I promise you, Ja in the building doing what he does on a random Tuesday in November. Butts will be in the seats pregame.
Yep, and the grenades will be in the stands because my boy will be launching them. And lastly, before we move on, nothing better sometimes than to trade for a guy, a brother on top of that, who already got 2 strikes. So,
right.
Neither here
that's
nor
what the Heat
there.
do.
Right.
Like, but that's what the Heat do, man. That's like Hardaway was there. Like, that's the thing. Hardaway became a guy they retired, his number. He's one of the guys for the Miami Heat, and he was reputationally in the trash. Like, they got him for nothing. And it's kind of what they've always done is they've turned these guys who were at sort of the end of the rope. For that matter, even when they acquired Shaq, it was like he was out on the ropes in L.A. and they went, yeah, we'll be the team to go get him. Why wouldn't we get Shaq? We could get him to buy in for a couple years. Oh, they win a championship, their first championship. So, look, it makes all the sense in the world. It's just a matter of whether, now they reconsider the flexibility that they wanted this offseason, because this is the type of guy that you lose that flexibility for, and what that package looks like. Is it here's Tyler Hero, you guys sign him and get him to buy in, we take Ja, or is it the decision to just be a team that's small and you run Norm Powell, Tyler Hero, Ja Morant, and Bam Adebayo with whoever you want and say, we'll be the anti-Rockets. You have all the size in the world. We're going to be this small team that runs around and just tries to score 150 a game, which would be the antithesis of everything the Heat have done forever, but would be so damn entertaining.
Right. Speaking of the Rockets, right quick, I had those people as one of the places his landing spot is, and also a place that will not work but will work on paper for the Hawks, the Atlanta Hawks.
Yeah.
Don't bring him to Atlanta, though, because my boy will be in Zone 4 tonight. So
or
do
Houston.
with that as
or Houston, same deal. Listen, Houston goes up. They got the foie gras bacon wrapped steak at the James Harden spot. Like, James Harden will upload him to every place he needs to go. We cannot have the spots be Miami, where the baddies are, Houston, where the baddies are, Atlanta, where the strip clubs and the baddies are. We cannot have these.
Let's
be the
get him to
destinations.
Sacramento.
Exactly.
How about Sacramento?
Exactly, Jeremy. That's where I think he should go. The fans will love him. They just trade Zach LaVine and DeMar DeRozan, figure something else out, make them go to Memphis. They need the scoring. They need guys that get you empty buckets, and Sacramento has plenty of those.
Those brothers, like, I seen a meme on Twitter yesterday, and it said, "Those white men are dangerous." and they had a picture of Luka Dončić, Jake LaRavia, and my dog Austin Reaves on it. What a week for my boys. Like, the trio, Luka was out, didn't miss a beat because Austin said, you know what, Lakers, here's my back, jump on it. They've been having a phenomenal week. What do y'all think? Can they sustain this? Is LeBron, how do y'all think LeBron is seeing this right here? Is he like, look at my boys, I'm so proud of them. Also, Austin Reaves, first player in NBA history to throw an alley-oop to a father and a son on the same team like this here. You know what I mean?
Oh, wow. I hadn't thought about that. That rocks.
Right. What do y'all think? Can they sustain this? Is this the real Jake LaRavia? Here we go. Let's check out my boy Austin.
I've got to be the first person in NBA history to throw a father alive and a son alive. I don't know. Sky, got to be right.
I mean,
while they're still on the same team.
Well, let's do that.
Right. It was a hater in the crowd.
I know. Y'all look the damn same, Jake LaRavia and Austin Reaves. Honestly, like the casual fans, and if you said, hey, which one's Jake LaRavia, which one's Austin, they're going to get them confused, honestly.
That's racist, bro. That's racist.
Yeah, we don't know
all
what
white
the
people.
sisters.
Tell them.
They're calling them Tres Leches. Another one for you, Jeremy.
They called Indiana Fever Trace Leches earlier.
We had that too with when it was Tyler Duncan, and I'm trying to remember who what is it, Max Strus maybe?
Yes, Max Strus.
Yeah, Strus was loose as hell.
God, what a
this
time.
is the new level of exciting whites. You know what I mean? Like these are like there's exciting whites and there's like ooh exciting whites.
Right, it's Cooper DeJean. Like,
exactly.
That's how they doing. Right, like, yeah, bro. I think they got something cooking, man. I think this was important for them as well, especially for the Lakers organization, the people, the Lakers fans, to see that. Wait a second, life post LeBron ain't as scary as it once was. Right. But salute to Nico Harrison. We love you. But yeah, this thing ain't so scary, especially if we're gonna get that type of output from Luka, because we all know Luka injury prone that time. He already done missed a game or two this year. And
I was gonna say this, Ju. You just to go back really quickly to John Morant. You see that sometimes it's the location that changes your mentality and your actions. Mm-hmm. And there was no world that Dallas was ever going to be a conducive environment for Luka to slim down. Like, there's just too much Tex-Mex. So, like, L.A. is a city where you feel ugly if you're 5 pounds overweight.
Yeah, you have no choice.
You are shamed into it on a day-to-day basis. And I think that's, like, what you would expect and what we get from Luka. Luka's a test case for Ja in Miami, just to circle it back.
Yeah.
Well, and for that matter, you're talking about a certain player that may no longer be for Los Angeles. Can I float the idea of if a John Morant doesn't end up in Miami?
You gotta whisper this with
LeBron
hold
James?
Hold on. You gotta whisper that. Say it.
How about instead of trading for John Morant, the Miami Heat trade for LeBron James?
Wow.
My mind is blown.
Look, he'd be a pretty good fit.
He would be a good fit.
We got a segment here at the alley-oop, illustrious alley-oop, that we like to call Boy Stop. And we're going to have that right after these messages.
All right, so I just want to know, for Jeremy, does MLB have the most voluptuous players in pro sports? Does it? Please discuss. I think he calls him fat. Just listen.
Slowest runner in the big leagues. He's going to get there. The throw from Canzone was not close. And Toronto's taking the lead. It was enough. Having a blast with it over there in the Jays dugout.
So does
I love him.
I mean, does
Where's
it have
the fat? Where's the fat reference?
I mean, you don't think the slowest is? I thought he called him fat. That's what I felt like. Thoughts?
I mean, a horrible witness in a murder case, Miss Rebecca. I think he called him fat, if I'm not mistaken, lawyer.
And here's the tape where he doesn't call him fat. No, he. I mean, look, Alejandro Kirk is probably, if I had to say, in all of sports, probably my favorite shape. He is 5'8". Yeah, I said it. He's 5'8", and he is like 560 pounds. And he is just the funniest athlete to watch because he straight up like absolutely should not be a professional athlete, and yet is one of the most remarkable hitters in Major League Baseball. He's a really great defensive catcher.
Yeah.
It's like, it's so funny to see, like, baseball's so weird in that way, right? You could have on one team a guy who is like a pitcher who's 6'9", 190 pounds. And on the other team, you could have a 5'8" catcher who's 250 pounds. And both guys are equally good at the game. And neither one of them look like they should be pro athletes. And it's just, it just makes me laugh every time I watch him play. And he's just so wonderful. They signed him for $10,000.
Oh my God.
I got some fines to hand out.
Like he gives like a lot of elevation to people that don't run pretty. Like if you run ugly.
Oh, it is an ugly run.
Phoebe, the Phoebe of runners.
His feet are like splaying out as he's going. You're like, what is this is the least efficient run I've ever seen.
Very inefficient, ugly, and it made me feel good because I think I run like him.
That's like how
that's how
Miss Rebecca looks like on a random Sunday morning in Maine.
Jogging.
Right. Also,
that's the thing about baseball. It'll make you feel like you could be an athlete. That's what's great about baseball is there's no sport with more of like the common man where you're like, oh, I could do that. And yet they're doing like what I would argue is the most difficult thing to do in sports, which is hit a baseball.
And don't some of them smoke? Like any sport with like the professional athletes smoke. I'm like, what is happening? Yeah.
Look, Miss Rebecca.
Smoke, all of it.
Look, we're going to have to institute, if my records are correctly right now, $10 fine for Miss Rebecca for using the word voluptuous. It's just every time that word is used, you pay $10. It doesn't matter.
Well, I said he had my favorite shape in sports. So
you're a guest, and we're gonna let that slide.
Would you do this for free drinks? Stand by.
Oh Lord.
Stand by. Stand by. Mama's getting it together here.
We are standing by, bruh. My boy is proposing in a restaurant, getting a hug from his wife for free food. But here's the gag. They're just getting free food. He already married her.
I love that.
It is inbounds or out of bounds, bro. What you think, Jeremy?
Oh, no, I'm into it. Hustle smarter, not harder.
It's 2025. People are losing SNAP benefits. You do what you can.
That's right.
See, there we go.
No, that's
my
right.
sister.
No, she's got it exactly right. That's to me. You take advantage wherever you can. I always like whenever my wife and I are on vacation, I'm always trying. She's too like embarrassed to do stuff like this. She's way too. She's like so honest to a fault. And to a point where like I'm always saying like we should constantly be telling them it's our honeymoon. Everywhere we go, it's our honeymoon. Everywhere we go, all the time, it's our honeymoon. They'll give you something. Like, even if it's just like, oh, hey, have one free drink on us. It's like, well, that's now a drink we didn't have to pay $27 for at this hotel in New York.
Yep.
Like,
27 times two.
That's what I'm saying. Why wouldn't it be our honeymoon? It's always our honeymoon. So to me, yeah, absolutely. Like you should 100%. You should do that everywhere. Every place you go, you should just fake propose. If you're not someone who's like too shy to handle the embarrassment that you're creating. For
if
yourself.
your wife had you do, if you did that to your wife, what would she do? Would she snitch
if I
on
did
you?
it, I don't think she would. But I just think she wouldn't know what to say. Like, I think she would just be, like, in such a state of shock, which would actually play really well for the proposal because it would be like, oh, my God, look how stunned she is.
And lastly, from the WNBA, we all love the stud buds. The stud buds are the best thing that happened in the W this year. At least one of them, outside of the Aces getting a damn championship. Salute to the Aces, whatever. But Natisha Hiedeman, a.k.a. Natisha Hide Your Man, put out an album or a song or something. Tell me, is this a boy stop or is this boy go? Got potential, ladies and gentlemen. She's singing it. Hey.
That's a bop.
Hey, come on. She saw something with potential and had to put it on wax, man. So, yeah, keep going, sis. What you think?
Which one, me or Jeremy?
Let's go Miss Rebecca. What you think, Miss Rebecca?
Is the diss track for that You Ain't Got No Potential? Is that the diss?
Okay, I'm so sorry for the audience for asking Miss Rebecca a question.
Wow.
$10 more in the fine box.
You ask for it, you get what Mama has.
That's
what
the
happens.
worst
That's what you
on
get.
your feet moment.
I was waiting for that. I had that in the
We
back
were-
of my
you had that in
back
your
of my
pocket?
mind.
Yeah,
Yes,
she
that was
wrote
in
it.
there.
That made it
Wrote it down.
way
No, I didn't
worse.
write it down.
Lord Jesus.
And she's gonna get so many bitches from that song. She's gonna send it. She's gonna send it and be like, "I was making this song for you," and she already has like the most soft energy. I was at this event, Jeremy, in New York City that they invited the stud buds to, and I brought my little puppy Ollie, and she was like, oh, "Can I hold him?" And my heart melted. I almost fell in love with T, and I'm not even interested in T. Come on. So the ones that have
Allegedly.
interest, got a body like that, got potential.
She's gonna reel him in. Trista's right. She's gonna
Listen.
reel him in with that. Yep.
She's swimming in panties after
swimming
that.
in it. Swimming in it.
And on that note, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to call that a girl go because it's not a boy stop.
That's a green
girl
light.
Go, right. Keep it moving. But tell folks where to find you.
So you can watch me on the Dan Le Batard Show. We're taking a break from the pitch clock, I think, for a little while. But hey, if you're interested in baseball, we welcome all newcomers. Our whole thing is like everybody watching. You might not know anything about baseball. We had a whole bunch of people who watched it for the very first time this year just because they enjoyed watching Chris and I make fools of ourselves in trivia. So come join us over there on the pitch clock. And then, you can follow me at Jeremy Tache on X, on Instagram, and I will have all sorts of updates from the Miami Heat throughout this season. My first game on the sideline this year is November 10th against the Cleveland Cavaliers.
Thank y'all so much for locking in. As always, without y'all, who the hell are we? Next time.